Welcome back, members, and today we're going to be answering some of your questions. We only have a few to start with, but I'm going to answer. Brooke P asked, interested to know if you have a memory box for family members and if you print off photos and have photo albums, so we can address how we both deal with photos and stuff like that. Since I started to declutter and become more minimal, so probably about the last 5 years, I have stopped printing off photos, actual little photos, unless I want to frame one and have it out in a frame. I don't do photo albums anymore. What I am doing, and you went to this too, is uploading photos to Costco or one of those places where it makes it a book. And I've been doing it at the end of the year. So I go through all of my digital photos through the year, pick out the ones from really special events and birthdays, and make it into one book.
Yeah, that's what I do now. But I had years and years of printed photos in big photo albums, and then I'd have all the negatives, and a lot of those would print doubles. So you'd have a photo album, then you'd have all the envelopes with the backup copies of everything. So I had so many, and a while back I went through them because they were taking up so much room, and I took most of them out. I saved a couple of your baby books because they're written in and all that, the baby photo albums, which I still have to deliver to you.
You gave me one, and I want to go through all, speaking of photos, I do want to go through all my photos because I do have a box where I haven't had time. I've just stuck some of the albums that have the loose photos in them, and I think I can go through and probably just downsize that, pick out a few, because a lot of those photos are digital anyway.
Yeah.
So I could always reprint them another time, but there was a time when my oldest was maybe 2 and I was printing out 30 photos a month or more. Yeah. And I was just sticking them in a book. And that's a lot of photos to be printing. And so once I stopped doing that, I just still have those, and I need to go through them and pick out the best ones and downsize it.
With my other albums, so of trips and just life, I went through and I sorted through them. I threw away the ones that were like of a tree or something that I don't even know what it was, or people I don't even know. Yeah, big blurry finger. People I didn't know, and I just kept the ones that were important. I wrote down the date and I put them in a Ziploc bag and with a piece of paper in it saying, you know, what it was. And if I knew what they were, I'd write on the back what the event was, and if I knew the year. And I've gotten that down to probably just one box with all those photos. There's so much. I threw away every negative. I can't imagine that I'm still going to want to print some of these old ones. If I had to and I found the photo, what I would do is just scan it and print it from that. So I don't need any negatives. It's a lot less. It's able to be put away in a box right now, and I still want to go through it though, because I do want to scan a couple of them. I would like to recreate maybe a little bit of my life in one book.
That would be cool.
Yeah, and just scan whatever maybe
each page is a year or something like that.
And even just places I've gone. I've gone a lot of places in the world. Maybe just summarize that. And also I've met a lot of movie stars in my life. Yes, Tom Selleck. Oh yeah. But anyway,
I also met him.
You did too,
because we went on a trip to Paris when I was probably 14 or 15. I remember we were in this waiting area, and I went up. She said, "Oh, there's Tom Selleck. Oh my gosh, you have to go get him and tell him that I want a picture with him." And so I went up to him and I tapped his shoulder and I said, "My mom would love a photo with you." And he said, "Sure." He was really nice.
He walked over to me, took a picture with me.
Oh my gosh, she had braces.
So I was 40, because I got braces when I was 40. Yeah, so that was fun. And the funny thing is, he was with Robert Wagner, and
I didn't even know who that was.
You didn't know who he was, but I did, but I just wanted Tom Selleck, and he's like looking like, what am I? Hash browns or something? Chopped liver. But anyways, that was funny. That was good. So anyways, a little bit of reminiscing.
Yeah. You got to scan that one.
I have that, yeah. But that was all before digital, so every photo had to be printed and negatived and all that. So so I have a lot to go through, and I keep thinking, like, when there's nothing to do, that's what I'm going to do. But I seem to be keeping busy as long as
you're here.
I'm here all the time.
The photo thing is so overwhelming. Like you said,
Yeah.
you need a whole day or maybe a week, depending on how many photos you
Yeah,
have,
right.
to fit it into your life, to go through all these things.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way. I have one bin, though, thankfully, it's all in one bin, that I keep putting it off. I keep telling myself, oh, I need to do that,
Yeah.
maybe tonight, and then I get tired and I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
So it is something that can take a lot of, you need the energy to do it.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time.
Yeah. And the reason I would do it too, it's not just for myself to have, because I've seen them, been there, seen that, done that. But the boys, the grandsons, always ask me things, and I thought, oh, I wish I could had those out so I could show them. They're very interested in my life and just the way things were and the things, places we've been. They really relate to that, so I want to share that with them. So I'll probably make a couple of those thin little books from Costco or Walmart or one of those.
Yeah.
And they're just really nice to have around. They always, when they come to my house, they pull those books out and they look at them. So
Yeah.
I think they're
And there was a
successful.
time when I first started decluttering. Speaking of the books, I was saying to myself, I'm not going to be printing any more photos.
Yeah.
And then I thought, but I never go on to my computer
Yeah.
and look through old photos. Sometimes a Facebook memory will pop up.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice to have some things printed out to show your kids or your grandkids and explain to them, oh, this is when you were little, we did this or we took you here. And it would be fun to have a book printed Paris trip and have 4 photos or something like that, and just
summarize them.
a summary to explain some fun trips and to share with family when they come over if they want. Not everyone wants to see all your old photos.
And my fear, being old-fashioned, is that everything's on this one computer. If my computer dies or the house burns down, every photo is gone because I don't use the cloud. So anyways, not that it would matter. It really wouldn't matter, but if you have something else, well, I guess printed, it would still burn anyway. But I'll make 2 copies.
So if the house burns down,
the computer.
There are no photos.
Okay, so I'm going to make 2 copies of every book, and one's going to go to your house, so you can store my backup copies, or I'll put them in a safe deposit box, and then
if that burns down.
I guess there's no preserving.
Oh, you're so funny.
I can't preserve everything forever. Whatever. I'll show the boys.
The cloud, I agree with the cloud. I don't really like to put everything on the cloud because I feel someone hacks into the cloud. Not that they care about my photos from when I went to Paris, but it's just one of those things that I kind of feel like it's another way to have clutter.
Yeah,
you got this cloud of clutter.
And then you got to start paying for the cloud.
Yeah, you have to pay for the cloud.
If you want your
I pay for the cloud.
I don't. I refuse. I'm not.
Yeah, I pay a little bit, like $3 a month or something, but that's just so.
Well, you work
saves it. Yeah, it saves a few things. I'm not uploading every photo that I've ever taken to that, but it's just interesting that. Yeah, if it burns down, there might be some photos at my house that you can.
When I was married, very young, and divorced, only married 2 years, my ex-husband I had a box with all my childhood photos, and he kept them. He wouldn't give them to me. And I keep thinking like, wow, I have some newborn baby ones for my mom, and then after I was 20 years old. And that's it. And then I have nothing in between, no childhood.
I think I've seen like 3 photos.
I know. I have no.
Like
so I didn't exist when I was, one of my younger years. Erased. But you know what? I lived. No big deal. I don't care.
Yeah.
I thought anything not to be that jerk.
Yeah, that's a horrible person.
He can have my pictures if it makes him happy, but
that's so mean.
I live without him. That's fine.
Yeah, and you're still here. You're good.
I still lived. I had my life. I have them in my brain.
Still have a lot of photos.
Yeah, I still have a lot of photos without 20 years of life before I got divorced. So, anyways.
Yeah, but how I feel we're both on the same page with dealing with photos now is we're just doing these thin little books, one for each year.
Yeah, the way I keep mine now, because my phone is my camera, so I take a lot of pictures, and then when I'm not doing anything, a lot of times I'll go through my phone, delete, and then probably once every 2 months, 3 months, I hook my phone up to my computer, and in my computer I have a file folder that has photos, and then it has by year, and then in that year one has every month, and so I drag the photos from my camera into that folder, but I delete a lot of them, so it's very whittled down. I may for each month have 20 photos, and they're
good.
just, yeah, I've learned to do that, and I've even gone back in time, because I think I started digital in 2006 is when I went digital on my computer with digital photos. So yeah,
2003 maybe, 2002.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't have anything from that on discs. I have them on CDs.
And what to do with a disc, I have no idea, because my computer can't even take a disc.
I have CDs.
Mine can't even take a CD.
I should look them up and then upload them. I should open up, make a file,
Just
upload
throw them
them.
away.
There
Goodbye.
they go. Use them as a frisbee. They're
Goodbye. No, I have a few of them.
Yeah. But 2000, yeah, I might just pull some off of there and then throw them away.
That's a good idea, but I didn't even think about that. I have quite a few discs in my sentimental box of stuff that I don't even have a way to look at it.
Does anybody have a place to stick this little thing? Where can I put my 8-track tape?
Yeah. So as technology changes, it gets harder and harder. But
yeah, and if you have a better idea, please let us know, because we're trying to wing it here with the photos.
Right. It's a learning experience.
And technology changes all the time. So
yeah. So leave any questions you have for us down below, or advice for the photos.
Yes.
And we are happy to answer your questions.
Yeah. Yay.
Yay. Okay.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.